My name's James Harrison, and I'm Associate Professor in the School of Law at Warwick, and I'm also co-director of the Centre for Human Rights in Practice. I work on human rights and then I also work on international economic law. When most people think about human rights, what they think about is individuals being tortured or individuals being detained without trial for long periods of time, being denied free speech. And it's primarily about in a way, the state and state officials, be it police officers or government officials, whoever, intervening into people's lives in a very negative way. And then what I try and do, I suppose, in my work is to make people understand that there are a wider range of actors and processes, and my focus is on this economic sphere that I've talked about, that also have a really significant impact on people's ability to lead dignified lives, to have a kind of what we describe as a sort of human flourishing. And that's as important in many ways as the traditional human rights issues. And so, in a sense, what I hope my research and my teaching does is opens people's eyes up to a wide range of human rights issues that they may not have previously thought about. Human rights is not a one-way street. It's not a question of you just put law on the table and you get countries to sign up to it, and then you can be sure that over time the protection of human rights will get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I speak as a lawyer, and lawyers generally tend to be obsessed with words on pages and legal instruments, but actually human rights gets their strength from the people who use it. And what you have to do, I think, when you look at the development of human rights over time, is look at the struggles that the human rights language has been used to engage in. And in some of those struggles, I think over time people have been relatively successful. I think about, for instance, torture. And torture, if you looked at what people described as torture at the end of the Second World War in 1945, you had a very limited range of horrible physical things that were done to people. And then over time, because of people fighting for that definition of torture to expand and fighting for state abuses to be stopped, we now understand torture in a much wider sense, so that things like sleep deprivation, stress positions, extreme noise, these kind of issues are now within what mainstream people conceive as being, I think, torture. And that's been a fight over years to extend the meaning of that term, fought by a range of people through a range of processes, in courts, in political debates, activism out on the streets. And in terms of academics, what I think we can do is to make sure that these actions are charted, that they are reflected upon and brought to kind of wider audiences.